nature will respond and energies will rush in to fill that energetic gap. Here's what that means in plain layman's language and laywoman's language. If there's an invasive new disease on the scene, Lyme's disease, there will be a plant rushing in as a response to that to balance the energy of it. And that plant is Japanese knotweed. Japanese knotweed is an invasive species in New England, big time. And what is that? Well, it's actually it's the Japanese version of Hoshu Wu or Fo Ti from China. The Japanese version is Japanese knotweed. And it's Polygonum cuspidatum is the Latin name of that, if you want to know. It's one of the great herbs of the world, very, very powerful. It's so invasive that we really need to be eating a lot of it so we don't, it doesn't take over everything. It's on that. It's coming in so strong and invading so strongly that it's like taking over everything. Because that's how serious Lyme's disease really is. You know about Lyme's disease. Most MS cases in New England aren't MS, they're Lyme's. Chronic nervous system disorders and chronic immune system disorders in New England, it's Lyme's disease. Lyme came from a genetic modified lab in Lyme, Connecticut. That's pretty close to here. You've been over there? We drove through there and we're like, whoa. It's a genetically modified organism that escaped from that lab over there in the middle of that estuary. And then the first kid who got it was on the other side of the shore, 1973. And that's why it's called Lyme's disease. And it's been growing like crazy ever since. So in terms of response, we go after the top 4 herbs on this particular button. And that is Polygonum cuspidatum, which is Japanese knotweed's number 1. Number 2 is cat's claw, which is an Amazonian herb. Number 3 is smilax or sarsaparilla. And number 4, astragalus. Those are the top 4 herbs, and we need to be hitting those on the thousands of milligrams a day each, as much as possible all the time, even if we don't have Lyme's disease. Because those are the appropriate herbs to balance the disturbance in this ecosystem right now. Okay, I'll repeat those again. Now, by the way, did anybody see Oprah? Oprah mentioned resveratrol the other day. Anybody hear about that?
No.
The number 1 source of resveratrol is Japanese knotweed.
Where do you get that? Where do you get Japanese knotweed? It's everywhere.
It's all over the place.
Everywhere.
It's all over the place.
Do you have a picture of it?
It might be outside your lawn. So here's what you do. Good question. Here's what you do. Go to Google tonight. Google images. Punch in Japanese knotweed and you'll see so many images. You'll see 100 images just like that. This is so powerful. Like, see, this all comes from what am I not seeing that's right here? What am I not seeing that's not here? I don't need any wild food books anymore as long as I know what the plant is. Well, actually, the only reason why I get wild food books so I know what the plant name is, then I can Google image it and there's 100 pictures like that. That's getting to this point where it's like, what do we already have access to? What's already widely available? What's already easy for everybody? Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
Japanese knotweed, cat's claw, astragalus, and smilax, which is otherwise known as sarsaparilla, which is another wild food from this environment. And an important balancing wild food for this particular situation. Now, those are the 4 that are right on the button. Now, that's not the only thing I'd recommend. Obviously, I'd recommend low sugar diet, of course. Low fruit, low everything, low honey, low agave, everything sweet. And then powering up on the super green foods, especially blue-green algae and marine phytoplankton. Those 2 specifically. Blue-green algae and marine phytoplankton. And then one more piece of the puzzle is hitting the top 5 medicinal mushroom herbs. Medicinal mushroom herbs. What are those? Reishi, cordyceps, shiitake, maitake, shaga. Reishi, cordyceps, shiitake, maitake, shaga. And they're wild here. You can go out in the woods and there's reishi, there's shaga. Shaga will rebuild your immune system in about 6 months. It'll remake you. It's the king of the mushrooms. The most powerful medicine on earth, I'll give you that list again, hold on. The most powerful medicines on earth are tree mushrooms. As soon as we cut down our forests, immediate problems for all living things, especially us. Because our best medicine is grown right under the forest. Ginseng, golden seal's on the floor of the forest. Tree barks like birch, super powerful antifungals, antibiotics. And then the mushrooms that come out of birch, especially birch, like chaga, CHAGA, that was number 5 on that list, CHAGA, which you could procure